Hello, this is Akiko Sudano at stampinginthemeadows.com in Downingtown, Pennsylvania. And thank you so much for joining me today. Let me find myself here. Haven't seen my feed go live yet. Let's see here. Reload this and see if that works. There we are. Okay, let me get myself set up here. Okay. Hello, Karen. Thank you so much for joining me. And who else do I have? Okay, just Karen. Thank you so much for joining me. So today I have a fun fold card, and I'm using the new. It's called Design a Daydream, and this is the Host Specialty Designer Series paper. And my card this morning, in my blog this morning, used it. And then I also wanted to use it, combine it with the new Sweet Songbirds bundle. And this is the one with the cute little bird stamps, and it also comes with a punch. And I decided to make a double Z fold card, make it a fun fold card, so I could focus on using all of those pretty designer series papers, and then make it just a little bit different. So if I turn it upside down, you can see the double Z right there as it folds open and stuff. And I will have all of the measurements and scoring and everything on my blog tomorrow morning. So we'll take a look about that. Forgot what else I was going to say about this card, but this is the measurements are pretty easy on this card. So I was really I know what I was going to say. A lot of times the double Z fold cards, you have just the strip across the bottom where you have things going up, but then this style has like a center panel here that folds open. So you've got that center panel design, but it just, the fact that it's a double Z fold card and it's a fun fold makes it just a little bit different from having just a regular card where you open it up like that, which I really liked about this. So let me go over the stamp set. And this is a stamp set in a bundle, and it, with a punch bundle, and it's a photopolymer stamp set, and you've got all these cute little you've got the two different sized birds, and this stamped bird will be cut out with the punch. This little guy won't be cut out with the punch, but the shape is pretty easy to fussy cut if you're going to be fussy cutting it. Hi, Chi. Hi, Chris. Thank you so much for joining me. And then you've got different little stamps to do the body and then to do the feet. And then this is the songbird. So a lot of the sentiments are puns on birds singing or birds talking and stuff. And so you've got the little notes there, and you've got a branch and some leaves and flowers that you can decorate, and then a nice little nest. And again, the nest is doesn't have a coordinating thing to punch out, but it is fairly easy. I think if you wanted to fussy cut that and put your bird inside the nest. So this is the stamp set, and this is the punch, and this bird will be cut out with this part of the punch. I think this body is cut out with this punch, and that overlays this little guy right here if you want to give him a different shaped body. And then the little beak, and then there's a little beak stamp right here that you can use to cut out. And then the little wing is this little wing, and this is I used this little wing and then this bird for the card today. And there is the bird. And I basically punched the bird out of Pool Party, and his breast out of Basic White, and his wings out of Pool Party as well. And then his little beak out of Daffodil Delight here. And I just stamped the eyes on that. But I will show you that. Before we go in and actually start doing any stamping, let me go ahead and talk about the structure of the card. I've got a lot of the different pieces already pre-cut and pre-scored and burnished and stuff. So the first, the outer piece is 4¼ by 11, and it's scored at 2 3/4 and 5½. And the 2 3/4 is a mountain, and the 5½ is a valley fold. And the inside mechanism is 3½ inches by 9 3/4 inches. But the nice thing about this is that the score lines are also at 2 3/4 and 5½. So it's the fact that you've got the score lines at the same measurements makes it a little easier to remember. And then this just is it just the opposite side for the valley and mountain fold, and then this folds up on this side, so that the top hinges this way. So let's go ahead, and what I did for this one is I decided to keep the background simple by using this I guess this leafy texture on the paper from the Daydream Designer Series paper, and this has got the pretty stripes on the back here. And I'm just going to put this on the main background panel with liquid glue, and this panel is cut at 4 inches by 5 1/4. So the Designer Series papers are cut 1/4 of an inch smaller than each of the panels that you have here. And I cut this, you don't have to, but I cut this in one thing so that they would, the designs would match as you go across. I think that it's a little bit, with the inside panel, it's not as important to do that, but just if you're a little OCD, then that's a nice thing that you've got by making it all the same Designer Series paper as you go across the background. That's another thing that you can think about. And at the same time, you don't have to have use the same paper for your background, because this is just the background. So I just adhere, and I didn't mat these, but you could also put a mat on them. But I felt with this, hopefully I'm still in the picture. Hi, Karen. Thank you so much for joining me. So, okay. So I've got my Designer Series paper mounted on my card base here. Now with the little card base, I took a piece of the floral Designer Series paper, and on the back of this you've got a pretty old olive grid. Yeah, that's an option, Karen. Yes. But it's funny because on my sample card, I you know how they say measure twice and cut once? Well, I didn't do that, and then I cut the first one a little bit short, so I had to make it use a different paper for this panel right here. I had to cut another one, and you really can't tell because of the way the fold is. So put this on right here. Can I slide it up a little bit more? Okay, no, that's all right. So this is the floral background. So as you can see here, I think these two pieces match, but this piece doesn't match over here. But it's a little hard. It's a little hard to tell. So if you if you make a boo-boo, then it's okay. So I've got this piece right here, and then for the inside panel here, I'm going to go ahead and kick it up, make it make it a little bit wild with the bold stripes. Everything else is pretty calm and tame, and then you say, wow, when you open that up. This card also, with these measurements, will fold flat. So if you want to have more writing space, you can always make this middle panel a basic white panel for writing on, because the card will open up flat so that you could write on this panel as well. But I decided not to do that. All right, so this is going to be here. So then the next thing I've got, basically I'll put my writing panel on after after I finish stamping it. But you can see how you've got this pattern is slightly offset from this panel. This panel slightly offset from this. So you want to be mindful of that when you go to choose your papers and your layout. And so that's what I did. So then the next thing is to adhere this little panel to the inside of the background of the large panel. And I'm going to use tear and tape, and it's you might be able to use other tapes as well, but I'm just I just like to make sure that it's because it's going to be opened and closed a lot, and it's going to get a lot of stresses. I just want to make sure I use a nice strong tape. And this is going to go this way, and I want to center this so that I want to have the space on the top be a little bit less than the space on the bottom, and I want to kind of almost center it between here, and I'm not going to be able to do that very well. But I wonder if I could do this, open it this way. No, I think I'm gonna slip. That's a little bit too risky, I think. So I'm going to pull my tape covers off, if I can get it. Come on. There we go. And press that down and pull this cover off. Okay, so I want this to be like this, and I want this, I think I can center it, basically center it on this panel. It will be fine. Okay, there we go. And then I'll bring this over, and I will put another piece of tear and tape right here. And the fact of it being open right here, you can tell where it ends, because you don't want to go down here, otherwise it's going to end up being over the it's going to show on the card front. And then I just put this one on this flap, and then I will peel the tape covers off, pull it from this side. There, I think I might have it now. There we go. And this guy, last guy. There we go. All right. So then this is down, so I can just close this over and give it a good press, and there. So this is my card base, and this opens, and it opens flat, and there you can see the double Z. Okay, so let's put this aside and let's bring the other pieces for the card here. Now, let's see. So I think that let's go ahead and make the bird first. So I've got a little piece of pull party paper, and here's my punch, and I'm going to punch the bird and his wing first, and I'm going to put this all the way in here, and I will stamp his eyes after I punch it out. So I've got this lined up, and I'm going to just do that. Okay, so there's my bird, and I don't need a lot of these other pieces, but I do need the little wing. Okay, I'm not going to use this one. I'll move this aside. There we go. And then let's get a little strip of basic white, and this is the one that I'm going to do for his breast, and just punch that out. There we go. And that will go right here. I'm going to go ahead and adhere the breast with some liquid glue. And I want to get this little end here with just a little bit. I don't want it to be too, I don't want it to gush out of the back there, but I do want it to hold. And then line this up so that it is kind of right here. And you have a little bit of play time since it's glued on. There we go. All right. So then let me go ahead, and I've got a little strip of Daffodil Delight, and I'm going to use this for both the label as well as I need just a little smidge for the beak here. And I'm going to punch the beak out. There we go. And put a little bit of glue on here. And like right here, I guess. Maybe it can come over a little bit. There we go. And then I'll do the wing in just a bit, but I'm going to go ahead and do his eyes, and I'm going to use I'm going to use Blackberry Bliss for his eyes, since I've got Blackberry Bliss on the background of the paper here. And I want to put his eyes kind of over his beak like this. And it's nice being photopolymer so that you can see it. See? So he's cute. And let me get a little piece of dimensional. I'm going to take this little piece, and I'm going to cut a little bit, cut it in half so that I have just basically a quarter of a dimensional here, and stick that on. I don't know if there's a back or front on the wing, but do that. So I pop the wing on with the dimensional and stick it right here. Okay, so the little birdie's done. Now, one of the things that I did as I was prepping for this is I also made a stamped bird, and I stamped this and cut it out with the punches, and I stamped this in Pool Party and Mango Melody for his wings. But his eyes I used Basic Gray. I think that's a little bit light. But I think that that this guy ended up being a little bit nicer. It's a solid stamp, and I didn't get good coverage because I didn't really prep the photopolymer stamp very well, number one. But then number two, I think that it doesn't need the white outline, and I think it looks better with the without the outline. But that's because of the paper that I used and everything else. So that might not be the case and always. So then the next thing I have is a basic white, and this is the second largest of the Stylish Shapes circle dies. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp a branch and some leaves on this, and I'm going to stamp the branch in soft suede, cover up my glue, stamp the branch in soft suede. And make it just so that he's got just a little bit of room to sit on, but then have it and a little bit of room for my leaves. Just gonna do it right there. Okay, there we go. That works good. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and take my inside panel. Here we are. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp the, because I have the branch on the inside with the flowers as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do that as well, since I've got my my ink pad out here already. So I'm going to just stamp it right here. Like that. Okay, now I can put it away. Now I'm going to get, I decided to use Pear Pizzazz for the leaves. And the leaves are, you've got 5 leaves on one stamp. And basically what this is going to do is it's going to stamp leaves at the end of both of the branches. So I'll do the inside here first. Let me see how, yeah, oops, what is that spot? Let me try that again. Okay. So I'm going to stamp right here, the leaves. Okay, so that's for the inside, and then for the circle panel, we'll do this again. And line up, I'm basically lining up the juncture with the ends of the branches. There, that's good. Okay, so then the next thing I want to do is I want to add some flowers. And on my inside panel here, I think there might be a little too many flowers. So I'm going to do that in Daffodil Delight, because that's what I've got on my designer series paper here. But I'm going to do fewer flowers. And this cute little flower stamp is also in the stamp set. So right up here, I guess. There we go. So we'll just leave it with 3. I think you get the oh, okay. So on the circle, I'm going to use, instead of stamping flowers, I'm going to use these pretty little floral gems that are in Daffodil Delight, that are in the new catalog. And this is the pack of them, and they come in Calypso Coral and Daffodil Delight. And I think this is either Highland Heather or Fresh Freesia, and then the new Starry Sky, and then the parakeet party. So these are really pretty, and they're really shiny, and we'll save the flowers for the card front with that. And then I want to stamp some music on the little circle here, and maybe we'll put some up there too. And I'm going to stamp the music in Blackberry Bliss. But before I do that, I'm going to kind of see how much room I have by just putting my bird right here. And this, there's plenty of room for, I can position the circle wherever I want on this center panel, but there's plenty of room for his tail, so everything can kind of go off the, but I want to put a little bit of music. I want to just make sure I do this straight. I'll leave this one off so that I have these two notes here, and then just a little bit of that, and then this one up here. Okay, and you know what? I think I want to put, so that the music can continue, a little bit of music right in here with these two, so that you've got the music in the air, in the writing panel as well. So I think this is done. Okay, I do need the last thing I have to do. I've got my the pieces for the bird panel, and I've got my center inside writing panel. Then the next thing that I need to do is do my sentiment, and I've got this a little note of thanks with that comes with the stamp set, and it's, you know, you've got that pun with the note and with the musical notes, and I'm going to stamp it on the side so it can stick out. So it doesn't matter that I've got this guy right here. And then I'm going to close this up, and I've got the little banner from the Stylish Shapes dies, and I will cut this out right here, and I'm going to take this over, and that actually I had plenty of room there. I'm going to take this over to my die cutting machine and cut this, and I'll be right back. It's right behind me, so I will cut this out and be right back as soon as this is done. Where's my other, here it is, other panel, and crank it away. There. Okay, so there's my little sentiment. All right, so I think I'm ready to start assembling these final pieces on my card. So this is my, let's do the inside panel first, because the inside panel is done here. Put away these other stamps, and I think we will do this. I'm going to just put this on with a little bit of liquid glue. You could use whatever adhesive you like with doing this. With the center panel, and you just want to make sure you've got it even with your with the top and bottom kind of aligned with that, and you've got a nice border around it, and that your border's fairly even. There we go. A little higher. There we go. And you can, I think you can visualize better now. If you decided you wanted a larger writing panel, you could make this one a basic white panel as well. Now we can, we'll put this on the side here, and just put that, and yeah, I don't need to worry about that covering the end. And I'm going to adhere this down with glue dots. So I'm going to put a couple of glue dots on here. And we'll line it up, and I guess right here is good. Just want to get it straight there. And we'll put this panel on with dimensionals, and we just want to put it over here. I'm going to use my little half dimensionals and just cover the back with dimensionals. I don't have to worry about making room for anything else. There we go. And pull the covers off. And I just want to put this on so that it's nice and straight. Come on. So that and so that I can see the sentiment too. I want to make sure I don't cover that up. So this is going to be right here, like this. And then I'll get dimensionals for the back of my bird. And let me see, can I use this one? No, I don't want to put anything on the tail. I just want to put dimensionals on the body, because if I put it on the tail here, this is going to be like twice as thick, so I'll have to double them up. But I think that everything is fine without it. But, oops, everything came off there. I think. Yeah, okay. I should check to make sure that his whole body was on the die cut circle. And then the last one. There we go. And let me do this with my little tweezer so I can, because I can put him either touching the branch or just above the branch, but I'll just have him just touching the branch like that. So I think I'm done. So that's the front of the card, and that's a sweet little Songbirds. Sweet Songbird is the stamp set, and it's with the Design a Daydream Designer Series paper. Thank you so much for watching, and everybody have a good week and have a great Memorial Day weekend. And next weekend I'm going to be skipping because we're going to go to the shore on the weekend too. So everybody have a great time. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.